So let me share my section. Let's quickly go on through on that one. So we are going to provide the real-time training. So whoever is new, right? Yep.
Can you send like at the end of the class you will send the video, or how it goes?
I will send you the video recording you are expecting, right? I will send it.
Yes.
So
content also, Krishna, content
everybody
also.
having the content, Anil, but I don't know from where you are joining. So did you got a link from me or someone?
No, link.
So team, here we are going to learn about the fully real-time oriented concepts. The duration of these things will be 2 months. Next, the timing will be 7:30 a.m. IST. So daily 1 hour session. We are going to learn about Monday to Friday. Next, 1:30 hour on Saturday, only fully focus on the design. Okay. Next, daily we're having the 1 hour session followed by the 5 interview questions and 3 labs. Next, you have the anytime the doubts, you can able to text me, or else if you want me to connect with me, especially you can able to connect with me at 8:45 p.m. Okay, so in this session, I'm going to cover about a ReactJS, JSX, Redux, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript also. We are fully focused on the JavaScript only. Okay, so each concept I'm going to explain the real-time concepts only with the real-time project. Okay, this is the what we have discussed. So we've seen about a roadmap and we have seen about a brief introduction about how web applications are coming to the picture. Okay, so today hope everyone come up with the notes, right? Let us start with the notes. Take a points on the React.js. So in this session, we will see about introduction about the React.js. Next, how to set up a React.js. Next, how to run a React.js project, and then a folder structure. Okay. So let us take introduction on the React.js. React.js is a JavaScript library. React.js is a JavaScript library which is used to develop web and mobile applications. React.js fully we're going to develop web and mobile oriented applications.
What about a tab? iPad,
so if you develop for
or...
the web and mobile, right? So then between all the resolutions it will cover. Okay, you can able to add all resolutions we are going to develop. Okay, so in the tab also we are going to use the web, right? URL only we are going to use, but mostly we are going to develop a web application. How the web application is going to see same visualization in the tab. So that's why anytime people or the trainer will be mentioned web and mobile, because web, however it is there in the Windows, so same type of the structure we're going to see. Next, React.js use separation of concern principle. So what is that meant by the separation of principle? So the separation of principle deals about each concern we are going to create a separate section. Each concern we are going to create a section. Okay, we will see about the separation of principle. Yesterday session also we have seen about a separation of concerns principle. For example, if you want to design a simple HTML part, you can able to design. For example, if you want to, I just open a code, I will explain how the setup was done. Okay, see here index.js, we are going to separate. For example, this is the place to render your HTML. So if you want to add a functions also, each concern is separated. Okay, next. So what is the current version of the React.js? Current version is 18th version. So in the 2022, so whenever you are not talking it, please be in your mode. Current version is the 18th version. So basically, which version of ReactJS is started, right? ReactJS is started with the 03 version, no? With the license of Apache. License of Apache. So which is not a Apache bike, simply it is a license of Apache. Next, from the 16th version, the license is converted to MIT. So Apache and MIT both are the open source licenses only. Okay. But initially they are come up with the Apache because of the some rules and regulations from the 16th version onwards. So they are come up with the ReactJS come up with the MIT version. So there is a something was some business was happened between everybody know the everybody know about the WordPress.com, right? The WordPress.com there you are going to design the things. No code, nothing is there. You are simply going to design the outer structure, how you want to design application. WordPress also initially project of the React, I mean for the Facebook only. They are initially use the ReactJS. For the few business, they are just come up out of the. So I'm getting the noise continues from the Galaxy. Okay, yeah. Next, so the ReactJS we are going to use to develop a web application. So what is meant by a web application? A web application is a software program a web application is a software program which is developed by using the web technologies and that can be run on web browser. So here I notice the 2 points. Simply web application is nothing but a software program or a software program framework. That's it. Which is developed by using the web technologies and that will be run on a web browser. So let us see on a web browser. What is a web browser? Web browser simply run your web applications. So web browser will be parse your HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Web browser parse your HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So web browser understand only these web technologies. Web browser understand only these web technologies. Okay, other than this one, browser cannot understand. But we are going to develop a application in the ReactJS. How this ReactJS will be understand by the browser. We will explain about that architecture. Okay. Okay. So here I'm saying a web browser. What is the first web browser? Anybody? Other than my previous students?
Netscape Navigator.
Netscape Navigator. Okay. Any others?
Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer. Any others?
Right now it's a Chrome.
No. The first web browser. Just I wanted.
Okay.
So the first web browser is the www, World Wide Web. We know the World Wide Web is there, right? Which is formed by the yesterday I shown the 3 persons. Tim Berners-Lee is there, right? He is the founder of the World Wide Web. In the Nuclear Research Center only, they found in the first floor. Okay, a simple room, World Wide Web, they formed, and first web browser is the World Wide Web. Next, after the World Wide Web, Mosaic is came. After World Wide Web, Mosaic is came. So whoever is developed this mosaic, right? Somebody in the session said about Netscape Navigator. Netscape Navigator. So this is the next one. Whoever is developed mosaic, right? Once you learn about React.js, will you stay in the same company? No, you will get a good package. So hope Ajay joined right today.
Vijay Sagar.
Not
Sorry
Vijay.
for
I'm
late.
asking about Ajay. Ajay only. So Ajay is a fresher. He got a 10L package. Simply 2 rounds of interview. Single company he applied. React.js done. So yesterday he has to join. But because of the joining formalities, he said, I will join from tomorrow onwards. Sorry, he said. Okay. So once you learn about something, right? What will do? What will do? Simply we shift the company or not. Same like that one. A company got a thing like to develop a web. I mean, to develop a web browser, they develop a simply Mosaic. The people whoever they're the Mosaic who developed that Mosaic browser, simply they come up with the Netscape Navigator. They founded this Netscape Navigator. So later into the picture, Microsoft is came. Microsoft simply reverse engineers these web browsers. They are come up with the IE. But the first web browser is the World Wide Web. Next Mosaic. So like this evaluation is came. Now famous one is the Chrome. Chrome is a very developer friendly and simple. It is the richness. If any browser is open, right? Browsers are slow because the purpose of browser to perform a search engine. The purpose of a person should be clear. So if you open other browsers, what will happen? They will show long advertisement, something, clumsiness. So because of that one, everybody try to prefer the Google. Simple. It will never show anything. Only the direct search box. Okay. Next, the engine was a little fast compared to others. Next, developer friendly developer tools. So which is the developer tools, right? Very easy to track. If you want to go network, console, source, performance, very easy to navigate. Application, here you are going to maintain the memory. Here you are having the local storage, session storage, cookies, all the storages, few storages we are going to learn. For example, we are going to learn now local session, cookies, everything. For example, once you sign into the Google, right? I mean, Gmail. So next time it will never ask. It will simply redirect. Those type of the things also we are going to learn. Either you can able to store those type of things in a local storage or a cookies. Okay. Next. So which is the evaluation is K. Next. Here web technologies I said, right? What are the web technologies? Web technologies are nothing but our HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, which is for the design perspective. Next, why so Bootstrap means the Bootstrap like different frameworks are there, but we are fully focused on the Bootstrap because 99% companies are using the Bootstrap. Okay, and then we are going to learn JavaScript. Next, React.js. But a browser understand HTML, CSS, JavaScript only. These things only understood by the browser. So browser understand these things only. How our React.js applications will be work? I will explain. How our Bootstrap will be work? Bootstrap is nothing but a simply sugar coated on a top of your CSS. For example, you want to go and create a buttons. Instead of you create automatic CSS, they will be given. So in yesterday's session also, we have created a simple table. For the table, we have applied strip, border, okay, colors, like that. I will explain all these things, but we will focus the design perspective on a Saturday session, 1.5 hour session. Design prospect HTML, CSS, Bootstrap will be focus on a Saturday session. So 5 sessions will be focused fully on the your JavaScript, React.js, JSX, and logics. Okay, but there is a one restriction given by the technologies here is. So whenever Tim Berners-Lee, the team of the World Wide Web, develop HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Simply Microsoft come into the picture. They developed a live script. So at that time, they went to the ECMA. ECMA is nothing but a. So this team went to the ECMA and got approved. ECMA given approval of approval of HTML, CSS and Java script. But there is a rule behind that one. You should never write any alternative program for HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Nobody should not violate this. But they given the feasibility, but you can develop, they given the feasibility like you can able to develop your own framework or library. Anything if you want, you can able to develop. You want to develop your framework or a library. Bootstrap is a framework. Next, Angular is a framework. Lot of frameworks are there. Next, ReactJS is the library. Kendo is the library. Vue is the library. So number of frameworks are there, number of libraries are there. Few only will be coming to the world. Why so, right? So for example, each and every company, they've trying to create their own libraries, frameworks, each and every company. So same like that one, ReactJS is from the Facebook. Hope everybody know. ReactJS is from the Facebook. The Facebook people will be create ReactJS for their messenger, for their internal applications. Same like Angular also for their internal applications only. But every time the conferences will be go. Nowadays we can able to see on the Facebook. I mean, in the Facebook also they are sending a posting, or else they are sending a posting in a different areas. I mean, news like that. Every time conferences will be go. So in the US conference only. In the 2013, there is a conference in US. They announced we are developing ReactJS, which is a very friendly to adapt a project, which is a testable solution, component architecture oriented solution. Next, it is a very easy to adaptable solution. Number of features they will give. And then, for example, I am going to teach here. If I give you any application, you are going to install. So nothing but you are the clients for me, or else I am a client of you. If I say client to please use this one, you are trying to use this one. So most shareholders in an industry will be decide what type of the technologies you have to be used. Correct or not? Each company, even the small companies are there. Out of 28 members here, so 25 members mostly, I mean 24 members or 20 plus members. If you refer your project, you can able to see the own frameworks. But for a company, sometimes there is a no time to expose these things. Okay, got it? Okay, so like this in the React 2013 0.3 version announced in the US conference. So here we are having the ReactJS to develop application. But 2013 projects ReactJS using no. So ReactJS is a simple, very basic. It does not having that much of capability and features until ES6 come into the picture. ES6, even though coming to the picture of 2014, ReactJS, the companies are using from the 16th version only. From 16th version, whenever this was the license of the MIT, and it is come up with the rich features, very rich features, lifecycle hooks, okay, functional hooks. There is a number of features are there. So whenever you are going to use, whenever you have the features or not. For example, I have the 2 to 3 equipments, whichever perform more features, more applications for me, I will choose that one only. So 2017 onwards, people are using. 2017 onwards, projects are mostly converted to the ReactJS. But 2016 itself, Angular is coming. So if you observe, right, 1 year back onwards, nobody not talking about ReactJS. All are talking about Angular. From the 6th month plus, so in India, purely ReactJS projects are used. But we can't able to estimate how the share market will be, how the technology is going to be there. Same thing here also. Today, one technology will come because of that features and easiness to develop. The only thing is client will be there. One client will be there. The client will ask how much fast you are going to deliver application. So based on that one, client will be investigate the time which frameworks he wants. So there will be stakeholders will be there. Or else there will be give the company. I mean, they will give to the project to the company. For example, here Geeta having the own company, she got one project. So what she can do? She always try to less cost, less number of efforts, less number of the infrastructure to develop. Yes or no? In the situation, we'll choose the already developed frameworks, simply consume and use it. So this is the trick. So nowadays everybody know this one. There is a number of frameworks are there. Not only this one. We are having other UI framework like materials. If you use the material, right, very easy to develop. We'll see all these things. This is a simple theory. Here I have mentioned about a framework and a library. What library will give? Library will be provide declarative syntax to develop an application. But a framework, what will be good? Framework will provide the infrastructure, nothing but IDE. Next, not only IDE, framework should have a perfect language. You should not use any language. For example, if you take .NET, you should must and use the 64 language, C#, F#, whatever it is. Java, you should must and use the Java. But here is a simple directly declarative syntax. Maybe few most of the 20 members know about the basic of React. If you take the jQuery, how you are going to work with it? How you are going to work with the jQuery? $. Yes or no? Simply $. I want whatever you want. Internally, you going to want give the some ID. Yes or no? ID. So what is the replication of this code? Internally, if you observe, jQuery file will open in the browser. They will use document dot. What they will use? Any guess?
Get element.
Get element
So by
by
default, document dot get element by ID, right?
by
So
ID.
they will
Yeah.
use the document dot query selector.
Selector. Yeah.
Internal jQuery people, if you observe that jQuery, you can't able to, we can't able to fully understand. But even though open the jQuery non-minified file, they will use the document dot query selector. This document dot query selector used by the $ID. Same here also document dot query selector used by the state, where you going to use the use state concept, right? So internally you to write some code, they will write a code for you. At that time I will give. So how the JS will be background to understand your ReactJS. Okay. So here framework will be provide a language and a syntax to develop application. Next, framework will be you having the lot of libraries. Framework will have number of libraries. Whatever you want. Framework will have the inbuilt number of libraries. But here also library will does not have the inbuilt library. Library will use other libraries to perform its task. But a library can't able to call a framework. Okay, library simply it is a declarative syntax to develop an application. Straightforward syntax it will be given. Okay, so frameworks will not be like that one. Okay, so what are the examples? Bootstrap. For example, you are going to work with a mobile. You no need to write anything, correct? For a mobile, what you are going to write a syntax? Simply SM. Am I correct or not? SM-L, SM-X, whatever it is. For example, you are going to with tabs, MD. SM means small device, MD means medium device, LG means large device. Okay, like this you are going to work. Next one is the Angular. So if I say library is the jQuery. Next, ReactJS. Here is our ReactJS. Okay, which is introduction of web applications and a web browser. Okay, next, ReactJS uses component based architecture to develop an application. So each component here is nothing but a concern. So here I explaining about one thing, right? What I said here, it is going to use the separation of concern.
Can we use this one jQuery, ReactJS in
Yes,
Angular? Because
jQuery is the library. Wait, jQuery is the library. I already said, right? React also a library. So a
Yeah, but
library
we
can able to have the reference of another library. Definitely it can ReactJS you can able to use. I will show all the things. I will show, no need to worry. Okay, so let me explain here. So here I said ReactJS use the separation of the principal concept. Each concern is nothing but each concern is a section. Each section is nothing but a your component. It will use the separation of the concerns. Each concern is a section. Each section is nothing but a component. For example, if you take a net banking, hope everybody having the internet banking, or else everybody can able to use the, let us take the internet banking. So if we're having the, what type of the sections? Credit card section, debit card section, okay, different sections. Again in the credit card, you are going to see the billing section, okay, apply add on card, yes or no? Each feature is nothing but you are going to develop, each one is a concern, each concern you are going to develop a one section or else a one component. So what is the basic ideology behind this component is nothing but a simply reusability. With the component approach, we can achieve reusability. We can able
How
to,
it is? Can you give an example like
we will
how
see
they use
all
it?
the things we are going to see practical. All the things, so not a simple statement. I said, right, all these things we're going to see. Okay, so which is about a ReactJS. We'll have some introduction points. Next, how to do a setup or installation process setup. So I'm just appreciating a few members, right? So even the first session, they done the labs. Okay, so tomorrow on today I will create a one lab session for you. I will create a one lab link for this batch. I'm going to give, once you're done with, post that code. Okay, I will review that code. If any mistakes are there, I will solve it. Okay, so I think whoever is new, I thought they simply install the ReactJS everything. Okay, but whatever it is, you can able to follow this setup. First, if you want to work with the ReactJS, you need a compiler. Next, you need a installer. So here the compiler or installer is nothing but a Node.js. The Node.js, the feature is nothing but a Node.js. Node.js is a compile the JavaScript files. I mean, compile the source files to browser understandable JavaScript files. Because of this use case, everybody, Angular people, Facebook people, Google people, nothing but Angular, React, all this will use the Node.js. First, you need to set up a Node.js. Already have the video series Node.js. First, to try to download this Node.js. Okay, you need the steps. So if you want the steps also, I will give you a document. I mean, this is my older version of my site. So here I'm having the Angular setup. Everything setup is the same. Simple static page. I will just text in this chart. Just texting in this chart. Please go through this one. First, you need to open this link. Try to install. After download the file, you need to be installed. Next, you need to be install the Node.js. So once Node.js is completed, then try Node-v. The current version of the Node-v will become. Next, whenever you are installing the Node will be use the Node package manager. Okay, this will be the thing which is the which is at the background. Our application, how it will be run, it will be take care of the things. Node package manager will be provide the commands. It will be provide the commands. Okay, so once it is done, you can able to simply check what is the version you are using. Okay, so let me check what is my current version. So simply Node-v. I'm using Node 16th version. When I create this document, I'm using the Windows 7 Node version. Wait. Next one is the which version? NPM Node Package Manager version. So npm is the 8.3. Hope everybody having the Windows 10 or 8 plus, right? So if you are using the 8 plus version, so no need to worry. We can able to use the npx commands also. So either npm or npx commands, anything can be fine. Okay. For the developer prospect to commands, we don't need to worry. Setup is done. Next, how to create ReactJS application. Okay. Here you need to be follow steps. So team, here each concepts I will explain step by step. Step 1 what you need to do, step 2 what you need to do. Okay, in the interview prospect also you can able to answer their steps. In the future also, when you rewind all my concept, you can able to follow the steps. While you are developing a lab section or anything, first you need to follow the steps. You can able to notice the any issue easily. You can able to point it to the step. Which step I forget. Got it? Hope everybody follow the today's session, right? No speed, no slow.
Yes, Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
following.
Prasad? How Prasad? How?
Yeah, Chaitanya sir. Yeah, I'm following. It's
Yes. Good.
really nice.
So let me anytime you're not able to follow any topic. Any single word also let me know. Okay. How to do a setup? Step number 1. First, you need to be create a folder anywhere inside of the folder. While you want to create a project, check your network. You should be connected to the network. This npm or npx commands will be connected to your internet and will be download. Okay, it will be download. First time setup only. Whenever you are going to create a project, at the time only internet connectivity is required. Okay, 2 to 3 students are messaging, sir, I'm not able to download. It's not able to download. Your internet connectivity is not there. It will throw an exception. Please check your network. Okay, select a folder. Here I'm selecting a simple example, React EX1. Don't create any folder. Simply select a one folder. I want to create a things here. I want to create a things here. Simple example. Okay. Next. Or else if you want to create any dedicated folder, you can able to take that address bar. First, what is the step 1? Create a,
Krishna,
even
can
though
you
small
please
concept or complex concept, I will explain clearly. Even though if you know the small concept or big concept, no need to worry. First, create a folder. I will
Krishna,
explain.
can
Wait, wait.
you stay on
We'll
screen?
have the one separate. I will ask you. Please have the questions at the time. I can able to give. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe your
understand. Can you please share the screen? I
share
didn't
the
see your
screen.
screen. Yeah. I
Same
didn't
for
see
him
your
or
screen.
to anyone.
Yeah. I don't know actually. I didn't see your screen.
Raghu, Amina, Ashok, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible for me.
Yeah, we can see.
Whenever the internet issue happens, then only it will be occur that kind of issue, that kind of error.
Okay.
Anil, do one thing. Can you please rejoin? Join
Sure.
back. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Once you join back, if you have the issue, let me know. Or else anytime you have the doubt, right? Few members are texting the chat. You can able to send in a chat. So it will avoid the disconnectivity. Okay. When I talking something, are you facing any lag from my screen other than him? Kuldeep,
No,
Johnny,
sir.
how it will be?
No,
Fine, right?
No.
fine.
Okay, fine. So first you need to be create a folder. Okay, first you need to be create a folder. Create a folder where you want to create a folder. Don't be create in a C. Don't be create somewhere else. Try to create in a DR somewhere else. Simply treat like your folder. Create a folder and go to address bar. Where is your address bar? This is called address bar. Type CMD. Here you need to be go to address bar. Type CMD. So it will open command prompt. It will be open your command prompt. So what you need to be doing a command prompt here, if you want to use with Windows 7 machine, npm I for install create -react -app and your application name, for example React EX1 or else React basic example, whatever you want you can able to give. Okay, let me give this is the npm command. So how to do npm command? Npm command is nothing but a npm install. You can able to write fully or shortcut, anything can find. I or install. So anything you can able to write. Next, create hyphen react hyphen app space and your application name. Okay, application name. If you want to use the npx command, what is the difference between these two? We will see later. So npm is nothing but the node package manager. Npx is the sugar coated on the top of your npm only. Okay, but npm will be install the all the things. Npx only will execute the files. Only it will perform the execution. It will perform the installation plus execution. Okay. So
sir,
how
is
to
this is
move the C drive to D drive in a CMD and moving to the folder? No, see, by default, if you open the command prompt, right, it will be open in the C folder. Correct? No need to. Here I'm saying that one, go to the folder. In the folder, go to address bar. This is my folder. Okay. See here, this is my D folder. Type command.
This one, Chaitanya, this
So
one I
RL,
understood. But
okay,
in that
you want
case,
that basic, right? No, wait.
Yeah.
So that is a basic of the 10th class intermediate student will know how to move a
So
CD
actually, I
space.
don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know about that. I asked that.
That leave it. CD space, MD space. You need to give the path. Okay. Which
CD space, MD
CD
space. How to
not a CD space, MD space. So if you want to move the directory, M is nothing but a directory, and you need to give a specific path. So this is my path. You need to give that path. No.
Okay. Clear.
Sir, is it like a case sensitive or like we can use any letter like a lowercase or uppercase?
Use this case only. Not a specific case sensitive, but you please use this one only. Okay. So if you are using the, for example, if you want to move a folder specific to I am in the examples, I want to go into React ex1. So what I need to go? CD space React ex1. But you want to go different folder, right? See here, you need to use the MD space and then a specific path. So avoid that one. Directly wherever you want, you can able to create a command prompt directly open. Got it? Okay. Next, npm create all use the same case react hyphen app and your application name. So whatever application name you can able to give. So maybe based on your internet performance and your computer performance, it will take the, for example, HDD or SSD. If you're using the HDD, it will be little slow if you're going with the Windows 10, correct? That also is some business for them. No. So once it is created, automatically a folder will be created. Next, you need to be installed. Install Visual Studio Code. Next, what you need to do? Next, step 1, create a folder. Next, step 2, follow this. Next, install VS Code. Don't install Visual Studio. Whoever is no, we need to install Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, both are different. Visual Studio, where you want to write your .NET program. Visual Studio Code is the open source to develop any your JavaScript framework applications, or else a JavaScript library applications, or else if you want to use the JavaScript also you can use. So Visual Studio is nothing but simply your Notepad++. You can able to use the Notepad++. Notepad++ is nothing but a single file. No, that's why I'm saying, Ramakrishna, Visual Studio Code only the used to here. Visual Studio also, if you want to use, you can able to use. Visual Studio is the licensed one. Visual Studio is the open source. Okay, but Visual Studio also license, plus you can able to have the developer version also. Okay, Visual Studio, Visual Code, anything you can able to use. You can able to use the Notepad also, no problem. Simple Notepad also you can able to write it, only the files only, right? But if you use the Visual Studio, you can able to use the Explorer, all the settings like this. Okay, or else some people use the Eclipse, different, anything you can able to use. Next, go to the file, open folder. So wherever you created a project, right, try to take SRC only, don't take outside. But just to explain the folder structure, I will take outside. See here, select a folder, but You are going to work with SRC only, so take that one on. So whatever we have created, component we created yesterday session, let me remove. Okay, so is that fine? Hope is got it, everyone. Next, architecture of ReactJS.
No, sir, I didn't got it.
IntelliJ tool or any?
Pardon?
It is IntelliJ IDE.
No. VS Code is a Microsoft tool. Okay, so
okay.
where which is nothing but a simply editor to open your. For example, Notepad++ is there, right? So here also you can able to develop your applications. But Notepad++, you can't able to see all the things. Here you can't able to have the file explorer. Unlike your Eclipse, unlike Visual Studio. That's why Microsoft people given the one of the open source to open any framework. I mean JavaScript oriented frameworks. So simply install this one. So how to install? Go to this editor. I mean already I have in my video, there is a, hope everybody having my video series, right? There you have having the one video of how to set up this one. Download for Windows. Once it is downloaded, open, next, that's it. It will open a Visual Studio for you. Got it?
Another another IDs also.
Yes, if you want, you can able to use the IntelliJ, or else if you want to use the Eclipse,
also we can use.
Yeah, number of, or else if you want to use with the VS Code.
Chaitanya, can we say that VS Code is an IDE or what?
VS Code is
IDE,
nothing
right?
but all these are IDs. Integrate ID is nothing but an integrated development environment where a developer is going to write a code. That's it. ID does not perform any compilations or nothing. Okay, but sir, here I am having the terminal. I can able to perform means we can do even from the terminal also we can able to do only for the JavaScript frameworks. Okay, but ID simply it will be open file explorer, whatever you want. So simply here you can able to see. Got it? How to install?
Yeah, got it.
Still somebody asked, right? Okay. Next, set up this one also. I will text in the chart this link also. You can able to copy, do a setup. Once you setup is done, next what you need to do? So install VS Code. This is our link. Okay. So after setup is completed, go to the file. Go to the file. Select open folder. Go to the file. Select open folder and open your application. Once open your application, now we will see architecture of ReactJS application. Take a heading. So initially 1 or 2 days you require the theory. After you will never see a theory. All direct examples only. Okay. Architecture of ReactJS application. So once you created our application, it will be show like this. Node modules, public, SRC, git ignore. No need to worry. This is not any development. This DB, I created a file. No need to worry. Next, package and package locked 2 files. So it will create a package JSON file, SRC folder, public and node modules. Okay. So let us discuss all these things. So first, package files. First one is the architecture of ReactJS. Take it as a folder architecture of ReactJS application. First one is package JSON files. So what is this meant by this package.json files? There are two. Anybody? There are two package JSON files. Yes.
It is available or pre-library. So when you will need
here I'm asking. Here we're having the two package JSON files, right? Whoever is already working on the React, just asking the difference. What is between the difference between the lock and the normal file?
Oh, I don't know exactly. Actually, package. So that's.
So package means by default, what is the versions of your specific application? It will have all the reference. Correct. So package.json contains the dependencies and versions and commands of your application. So here you are having the first one. What is the first one? PSC package dot JSON file. So anybody who already know the ReactJS? So package.json contains what it contains? Versions info. See here, version info. See here, what type of your versions you are going to use. Next, dependencies. Able to see or not? For example, here I'm going to use the React. So dependencies, I'm using the React DOM, React router DOM means we need to be installed separately. What is a React script? All these version specific, all these are the dependencies. Once you install the Bootstrap, right, then it will become. For example, Geeta, you already, I mean, not only Geeta, few members set up, already done your application, right? For go on here, package.json file, you can't able to see Bootstrap, you can't able to see React router DOM. So I install, I will explain how to install those also. All the dependencies. Next, commands. So what are the commands if you want to run it? So start command, build command, test command. For example, if you want to start an application, which is the command in general use? npm start. Am I correct? Npm start. But npm start is same for Angular and React. But as a developer, npm is start is the same for Angular and developer to run the command. But ReactJS will not be run same command. Internally, it will use the some other. So npm start once npm hyphen space start. The start will be pointed here. I will show that one also. So take it as it contains versions info, dependencies, and commands. Next one is the package. What is the next one? -log .js file. Okay. So what is this
Krishna, one
difference
thing,
between
this is
these?
the duplicate of package.json.
No. I am going to explain. You are asking the same doubt. Even though duplicate is there, how it will be where? No. See here, which is the package, but package.log.json. You can able to modify if you want to modify, but it is saying that one, which is a package under the log. But sir, I want to edit it. Definitely you can able to edit, but no user will not edit this log file. So as a developer, if you want to edit package JSON, you want to edit. For example, client will ask a different version of ReactJS. Here I want the 16th. I can able to 16th and save it. But we will not do like this. It will have the same different dependencies. It will have the different dependencies through a command only you have. But you are having the hands of experience on package.json also ready to modify. No need to worry. Next, package log.json is the replication of the package, or a copy is nothing but which is not a copy. It contains only the dependencies plus the reference of your node modules. Whenever you created your application, right here node modules is there. Got it? So that's why these people are saying that on -underscore, I mean -log. But a -log means which is not a log file. You can able to modify, but as the name saying that one should not modify. Got it? Other than the DLL or jar files, no other things are locked. DLL or jar files will be locked by default. Here you can't able to lock these are the plain files. Got it? So which contains your dependencies and the defend is specific node modules. Nothing but which is the place of reference of your node modules. Which contains the hey, if I say write shortcuts, please take it as fully, which contains, take like fully, which contains the reference of node modules and their versions. So nothing but here you will have the again dependencies. I will explain what is a node module also. Don't ask that question. I will explain now itself. So based on the curiosities, people will ask immediately. So which is about the package the JSON, package log.json, which is about the first. Is that clear? Anyone? Any doubt? Other than this node module I mentioned.
No,
so
sir.
next take it as a
not clear.
Which one?
Both package JSON and package log JSON.
Yes. package.json, package.json. Today you are going to work with ReactJS, correct? So ReactJS is contain the number of versions. Am I correct? Did you know? Is that point is clear?
Yes.
So which
Yes.
version you want to go use? Doubt, right? Somewhere you
Yes.
need to mention the version, right? So here
Yes.
you no need to mention any version. Once you created this one by using the command cmd, I mean here I have given a command, right? Once after the session, use this command. So here square brackets, don't put any square brackets. I mean less than greater than symbol. So you need to be create like npx space create hyphen react hyphen app space react example. That's it. It will create a folder for you like this. In this folder you can able to see the package file. This package file contains the, so what versions of React you are going to use. That's it. Clear now?
We don't have.
So
Yeah,
we don't no
have
need
to
to worry
write
about
those.
we will never write this code. We will never change these things. No need to worry. So just a file. That's it. Okay. But some people already working, maybe Shrikant can able to ask, sir, in my system, in my company, I change the React, I mean package.json file. Yes, you will change the package.json file. There is the scenario I will explain. Okay. Or else, sir, I'm going to check in the package.json. Yes, we need to check in that one also. Okay. Next, node modules. Here are the node modules. Okay, so please don't mind anytime if I pointed to any person, take it as our session. That's it. Sir saying something and calling to me, treat like this. Okay. So even the small or big doubt also, let us ask, put in a chart. So node modules. What is node modules? Here I said, right? Let me go here. ReactJS contains the number of library supports. Node modules is the libraries. Node modules are simply a libraries. Node modules are a libraries. Node modules are a libraries which is used to provide the libraries to perform a task. For example, in yesterday's session, I shown about FETH fetch, right? So after our session, a few members are called morning and evening. I just call to them. They also few members are called to me. Sir, fetch, you said in the 5 to 10 minutes how to get a data. It is very easy, sir. Nice session. I heard it. So like the shortcuts we going to see. So libraries which is used to provide a libraries to perform a task as well as which will be node modules are used to compile the ReactJS code to browser understandable JS code. Hope Shilata, you are following, right? Naveen, you are following, right? Okay.
Yes, we are following.
That can be fine. Okay. So it will be file. That's it. In the node models, you will never touch it. Don't touch the node models and don't open the node models here. There is a one more important folder. So give me two more minutes. So we'll see about folder structure and conclude today's session. Next one is the public folder. What this public folder contains? This public folder contains application specific index.html file. Application specific index.html file and application specific any images are nothing but a assets. Assets says it can be images, it can be JS, it can be whatever you want to add, you can able to add here. All of your assets. Let us see this public folder also. But a public folder you are never touch. Okay, few members will be touch. Can be a seniors or a team lead. They want to add some references, any meta references, or if they want to add any links. Okay, those configurations will be add here. but all developers will be never touch. Okay, so see here manifest.js here, some comments also is there. Okay, so index.html. Okay, so in my application,
if we want to add some images in our app, so we need to
so
add in
your
the
app,
source.
right, your app always should be add inside of src folder only.
Okay, here only
Simply to have the
to
few things, for example, favorite icon. See, this is the coming, right? So these type of the, for example, your application, you are having header and footer. Those things you can able to add a public.
Okay.
But internal specific features will be there, right? Don't ask that specific features. Even though if you add, that can be fine. We need to follow the certain principles. There is a coding standards on the principles. Each concept I will give the what is the standard and what is the principle also. Okay, those type of principles and standards also note it, everyone. So which contain application specific index images assets files. Okay, asset is coming coming under, it can be image, it can be JS file, it can be CSS file. Nothing but any third party libraries also you can able to add. That's it. Next, so which is the most important point, React or Angular application contains only one indexed project. ReactJS contains only one index.html file. Okay, a project which contains only one index is nothing but a single page application. React and Angular are famous. The first and foremost point is single page application. Okay, that's why I have not elaborated that point in the description here, introduction here. Here I'm focusing on a point, React.js having the only one index.html file. Because of this nature, you are going to have only one index.html file. So nothing but a single page application. Remaining all are the components. Nothing but it can be a function or it can be a class. Once you compile the code, right, all these things will be converted. Okay, all these things will be converted. So React.js contains only index.html file because of this nature, which is called single page application. Remaining all are the components. For example, separation of the concern. Each concern you are going to create a component. So nothing but a function or a class. Next, so what left? Public node modules. So next one is the package. This is completed. Next, I will just giving the note on. Next one is the third one is the src. Src is the source folder which contains all the components or modules or services, etc. For example, if you want to add the any assets also, you can able to create a assets also. Instead of the R, it contains the components, module, service, assets. Etc. Okay. So index src folder contain the default files. Src folder contains default files. What are those? So what are those? There is a two default files, app.js, app.css, index.js. Okay, index.js, app.js, app.cs. That's it. Which is the folder structure of your React.js. I will clearly explain what is the app.js, what is the index.js, what is the app.cs. Okay, so which is the folder structure, we have done it. Is that clear?
Yes, Krishna.
Manju, it is clear. Naveen, Raghu, is that clear? Any doubts? Sai Ganesh, Shekhar.
Oh.
Shekhar, can you text me once in my WhatsApp?
Yeah, okay.
Next. And team, can you please one thing for me, right? Whoever is joined today, right? Can you please text me like I joined, even though we are taking the attendance, but can you please text me I joined, and let me know if you have any doubts also.
Yeah, sure. Krishna, I need small information.
Yes.
Dependence, where do you see the dependence, Marvin or any other?
Not here, I join in my WhatsApp. Hope everybody having my number, or else if you're from the friend you join, right? Take my number from your friend, text me. Yeah, Anil, please go ahead.
Yeah, dependency. Where did you see the dependency, Marvin or any other?
No. Don't be compare. This one is the different, and don't be confused. I will showcase all the things. Okay. For example, how to install a Bootstrap. Tomorrow I will showcase how to add a Bootstrap. So from this session, you can able to get a points like interview question. Even though it is a demo type kind of, I will give you questions. Folder structure. So people definitely will be asked folder structure of ReactJS. Next, difference between package files. I mean package.json, package.json files. Okay. What else? Anybody noticed how to create ReactJS app? Next, how to run your application. So take this run point and everybody please complete the setup and run your application. After the npm installation, create example. I can only able to see the node modules and packages. Didn't see the rest of the folders. Yes, you can't able to see rest of the folders. I just explained, right? So node modules, public. What else you can able to? You can text me. I will sell instead of here. You can text me. Okay. So how to run your application? So this is the project you created, right? Go to the address bar, type command, enter npm start. So our our ReactJS started. npm start. By pressing the npm start, our ReactJS will be start. So this is the today's session. How to start, how to run. Go to the folder created for React app. Next, address bar, and then type command, and which is the command you need to be type? npm start. But npm start will never compile your code. So npm will be pointed to your package.json file. It will be get this one. Okay. So internal architecture will be there. We no need to worry. Okay. So that's it for today's session. So anybody having the doubts, please stay. Others, you can able to leave. So
Chaitanya,
please
may I
use
know what is the difference?
Yeah, please use the same link for the tomorrow also and the day after also. Tomorrow also will continue with React. Day after is the Saturday, right? We will see about HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Okay, use the same thing and do one thing. Whoever is joined, please text me. I am joining today. So, okay. Sometimes I'm having the conflict of. Anil, you have my number, right?
No, Krishna. So
From
actually, previous friend referred to me. So so I don't know number.
Okay, your
So can you
friend is
please
refer, right? Okay.
Yeah. Can you please tell me your number?
Yeah.
Krishna?
Okay. So next thing, okay. Team, that's it for today's session. You can drop off. So anybody having the doubts, please stay here. Thanks for your joining.